Hello everyone! Recently, Chris and Benoit Bourgeois talked about server meshing again. Here we have Chris' letter from a chairman, December 2025. Server meshing was a key technology that made all of this possible. With the release of 4.0.1 to a live environment on January 28th, we moved into a bigger, more performant and stable universe. And while there were a few hiccups with some legacy systems, like elevators and air traffic control, that were built long before server meshing was conceived, server meshing itself has been working flawlessly since the beginning. A testament to the design and execution of the system by our network, backend, engine and gameplay teams. I would like to put some emphasis on the word there were a few hiccups. Chris, those hiccups are still in the game. In February 2025, Benoit said very clearly in the Star Citizen Live, elevator ATC is old code that has to be written completely new. And this hasn't happened yet, Chris. I wonder, is this written for potential investors, not for players? Or does Chris really don't know we still have those issues with elevators and ATC even right now? By the way, if you don't know, Star Citizen actually has private investors, for example the Caldas, which gave Chris at least $80 million. Money Chris has to pay back one day. And here we have a LinkedIn posting from Benoit Bourgeois 6 days ago. We finally delivered server meshing to our players, not as a concept, not as a promise, but as a living, breathing foundation that's scaling Star Citizen beyond what we ever thought possible just a few years ago. Watching players move seamlessly across servers, seeing our infrastructure handle loads that would have crushed our old architecture, it's honestly surreal. And now, with a year of real-world experience behind it, the technology has proven itself in ways no amount of internal testing ever could. And now players are experiencing it. They are flying through 2 new star systems across servers without even knowing the complexity beneath. The best technology is invisible. It doesn't ask for recognition, it just works.
All of this just works.
What I find irritating about both articles, Chris and Benoit make it look like, hey look, server meshing is working, there are no problems anymore.
Server meshing has been working pretty much flawlessly at scale for the past 9 months.
I'm honest now, server meshing is a fantastic technology. Good job, Chris and Benoit. However, as long as we don't have acceptable interaction delays and do things, server meshing is just a nice gimmick for now. This would be like saying, look, our ship didn't burn. It just sank, but it didn't burn. So that's a success, right? I'm still not convinced that server meshing is a solution to acceptable lag and do things. Yes, right now we only have static server meshing. We are getting hopefully dynamic server meshing soon. However, even with dynamic server meshing, a lot of data has to be moved, has to be stored, and has to be distributed between different servers. This alone should increase interaction delays and do things, not reduce them. We had 2 3-hour-long Star Citizen Lives with Benoit Bourgeois in 2025, and in those 6 hours, CIG didn't mention interaction delays and do things, not even once. We are in year 14, CIG is at over $1 billion in funding, and so far, to this day, CIG hasn't proven that they can give us a game with acceptable lag, interaction delays and do things. As long as CIG hasn't proven they can actually make the game, they can actually make an MMO, I wouldn't give them any more money for now. There are lots of postings on Spectrum and Reddit about the current state of the game. Here's just one from Spectrum. Kotsuyu, the game is absolutely broken. The game is literally unplayable. And here on r/Star Citizen Reddit, server performance issues, is it all servers? And there's a reply from Bearded CIG. A lot of this has been the result of fixing one thing, caused it to perform better, and then it increased performance, caused it to overload the next thing. A backend hotfix was deployed to address the lag, and things are looking much better with regards to server lag. Though there's always a chance that this will also reveal some other issues. We are keeping an eye on things to see if it goes sideways again. Edit, the fix I'm talking about was the last few minutes. Edit 2, thanks for the feedback. While things look better on my graphs, you all are saying otherwise, so we are going to have to investigate more. Edit 3, the graphs finally caught up, takes a while for data trends to show. Well, to me this looks like CIG has no clue what they are doing, they have no idea how to make their game more performant. Bottom line, CRG is putting more and more things into the servers. We have now 3-star systems. We got recently engineering, but the servers were overworked already. And even if server meshing would work, which right now it doesn't, we still have massive interaction delays and do things. How many servers do you want to put into? Like one server for 20 players? AWS, Amazon Web Service, is not cheap, Chris, and you know this.
Server meshing has been working pretty much flawlessly at scale for the past 9 months.
I'm not making my videos to seed fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I just think for a game project in year 14 with more than $1 billion in funding, it's not asked too much. Can you actually do it? And so far, CRG hasn't shown us that they can make a multiplayer game with acceptable interaction delays and do things. Another thing I find very interesting from Chris' letter from Sherman, December 2025, most other multiplayer games top out at between 50 to 100 players in a much more contained space than we allow you to explore in Star Citizen. And the MMOs with high player counts in the same instance don't simulate and render the world to the extent we do. Yeah, why is this, Chris? Think. Think, Chris, please, think. Maybe having a server cap of 600 players and rendering the world with so much detail like you do just doesn't work, just cannot give you acceptable lags, acceptable interaction delays, and acceptable do things. It is totally fine trying to do something new, trying to do something no other game studio ever did. But you have to prove that you can actually do it, Chris. And you have to prove this very soon. Otherwise, those are just empty words. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Ignore this one. This is my stationary prospector. I also would like to show you again those crazy two things we have in the game. There was no cut. This is real footage. I could see a flicker firing from top left, and next split second she was behind my egress. If CRG cannot fix those massive do things, even do things of players moving at player speeds, this game is dead.
Server meshing has been working pretty much flawlessly at scale for the past 9 months.
Yeah, I'm saying this a lot in my videos. We have do things of players moving at player speeds. Look at this. Clicker is moving left and right. Almost looks like she fell off the bed, but no, she is still on the bed. Yet she cannot even deal with players moving at player speed, do you think wise? I would like to point out from Flicker's point of view, this looks perfectly fine. She is not sliding left, right, forward, reverse on the gurney. Okay, let's try to push Flicker into the ship. Now Flicker is floating besides the metal gurney.
Server meshing has been working pretty much flawlessly at scale for the past 9 months. Server meshing has been working pretty much flawlessly at scale for the past 9 months. Server meshing has been working pretty much flawlessly at scale for the past 9 months.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.